6 steps on how to get your first deal on Zillow FSBOs. Guys, it's Rick again, and in this video, I'm going to show you how you can actually get wholesale deals without paying PPL companies, PPC. They're actually free, and they actually get you results without dialing 5,000 numbers. But before I get into the video, do me this favor, make sure you smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, share this video with someone who wants to learn the truth about wholesaling. So guys, in this part, we're going to walk you through the 6 steps on how to get a Zillow FSBO deal. Now, what you can do is the easiest way to do this is you can be in any market to do it. Just pick a state. I would research and see what the average price on the states. Just for simplicity, I'm going to do Indiana. Now, you're going to need a decent amount of leads. If you narrow it down to like a county, a city, you're only going to get like 4 or 5 leads for what we're looking at for. So what I'm going to do is single family homes in a particular state. So let's just give it a shot to give you an idea. And you can narrow this down as much as you want, approximately 500 homes out of this. Now, the first thing we got to do is you pick your market. So I'm just showing you state. You can do counties, you can do sections, you can put boundaries on here. You could go up here and draw a boundary and draw it on there. I only have so much time, so I want to show you the most efficient way to do this. Obviously looking for sale, and then we're going to look for, you can use this to give you an idea, is I'm going to look for houses under $150. Why? Because I'm looking for the highest demand homes that have entry level new homeowners buying, are going to be rental homes and anything like that. You can push this wherever you want to go, and you can even make it lower. So if you want to make it $125, we can do it like that. I can apply that and see where my numbers come in on that. We have single family homes, and then I put it on here in filters. So here's what I want to do. I just want to do ones that are direct to the owners. I don't want real estate agents involved. It's a waste of time. And I only want to do active properties. And guys, remember, you're not living in this, so don't spend time looking on it. And here's one of the key things in here. I want to put properties on the market for 90 days. And then I'm just going to hit the apply button and see what kind of numbers we have on it. And then bingo, I have all the homes here. Now, if I have more than I know what to do with, which looks like we have it here, you can go through and just visually look at the pictures. So what I love about this strategy is I don't have to call 3,000 people. I can narrow it down. So one thing I'm going to do on here is I'm just going to cut this down a little bit more. Let's do 100K. And then what I'm going to do is let's see if I add some additional keywords to help me find problem properties. We'll use the word fix or repair. Why? Because we have to find properties that have problems. We're not going to buy perfect, pretty homes. So you can start going through this and look at this. And guys, check this out. Here's all the pictures. I mean, some of these are brutally ugly. You can see the price cuts on the homes and you can pick it. Now, I'm going to tell you this. You have to understand the mentality of a FSBO seller. They believe they can sell it on their own without a realtor, and they pretty much know it all. They most likely have problems with the property, or they're going to overprice it. Do not contact them when it's first listed. It's a waste of time. In fact, I won't call them till the 90th day. Here's why. The first 2 weeks they put it on the market, I'm going to sell this thing for top dollar. I'm probably going to get an overpriced bid. And if you make those phone calls, they're going to kick you to the curb. They're going to be super nice to you. They're going to be rude to you if you make a lowball offer. And honestly, you're just wasting your time. After 30 days, they're like, you know what? I think I just missed the price a little bit. I'm going to lower it a little bit. Now we're starting to see a little bit more desperation, a little bit more motivation. Now, instead of answering the phone on the first ring, they're answering it on the 4th ring, and they're a little less energetic, and they're getting more and more insulted. Now, 60 days goes by. I think maybe I've missed the price. Maybe I just need to do a little bit of repairs on it and do better pictures. Now, when you're calling, they're answering it on like the 5th ring. And if you leave a message, they're like calling you back 5 hours later. Their tone is getting somewhat defeated. They're tired of getting beat up. What happens is the market softens them. It does the pouncing for you. If you'll wait and call the ones where nobody wants to make an offer, those people will eventually go from people who want to sell, who need to sell. Most of the time, we're finding them right here in the middle, and they're leaning towards the ones that need. What happens after 90 days? They know they've massively missed the price. They're probably going to cut the price again. And honestly, when you call, it is a defeatist tone on them. And honestly, it might take them days to even have me call it back. And once you do that, you come in super nice. And I want to walk you through the conversation, how this works. But like, you could just look at the pictures and you can just decide which ones you even want to pitch on. And then you could go through it. You can do this in any market. Don't worry about the prices on it. I just want you to understand on this one. I know nothing about this market. I'm just showing you can go any market and try to do that. So what we can do is, if I go back to the filters, I get rid of some of the keywords here. Where did I put the keywords on the bottom here? And I'll just get rid of that just to kind of give you a better fix on it. So like, that's not my most favorite one, but you look at this property, guys, it is run down. We got to find out what the market price is on it and everything like that. But you can see on here, I want you to do this. I did not live in this house. I'm selling on behalf of a family member. The neighbors have been extremely kind to me during this challenge. Challenge, that's a key word, guys. I want to get in there. I think this house would be a good appeal. Someone looking for a fixer-upper. Guys, this is, now, here's the problem. This one's only been on the market 7 days. I don't want to call ones on the market 7 days. So let's go back. Let me go back to my filters and make sure we put 90 days on here. That one might have slipped through, and we'll just reapply it. But did you see the terminology? I'm just kind of showing you how these work. Go through and find ones that are challenging. That you, look, this one, look, it's got stuff growing on the side of the door. Low, that's a higher price home. And you can look at anything needs a challenge. Look at the starter picture on this thing. Let me pull this up, guys. How are you going to sell a home like this? The pictures are terrible. This home is probably never, ever going to sell. This house is beautiful, safe, quiet, great asset overall. The word asset instead of home is a key thing. Now, I don't know why the filter's not quite working. I don't own Zillow. I put in 90 days, but you got to look through. This one, honestly, I would even call on anyways, because it's a problematic property in my opinion. And if I go down here, see this estimate even has it lower. They're never going to sell here. And it looks like maybe they had it at one point at 250, dropped down to 150, and you can look at all sorts of stuff. Looks like the property was like recently sold, but it went from 59 all the way up to 147. Guys, there's tons and tons of properties like this. And here's all I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here and I'm going to pick up their phone number and I'm just going to call them. Let me go back to this here, for sale by owner. And you can pick like any of these properties. I don't know. That looks like it might even be a vacant piece of land, but like even on any of these, you can go through. Look at this one. I don't know if that's siding or, oh, that's brick. It's a little bit run down. And if you go down, I can't show it on here. The seller's phone number is going to be on the bottom, and I'm just going to go through and give them a call. Now, guys, listen. Let me look at this property. Tell me if you think it needs help. Some of the worst pictures, rough flooring. There's a lot of stuff going on here. This most likely is going to turn into a rental house or someone's going to have to rehab it. Okay. So if everybody understands that, let me go back so I don't get trouble and get this shut down. Now I'm just going to pick up the phone and call the seller. And this leads us to step 5. How do we talk to them? Be a normal person. Understand they've gotten the crap beat them out of them at this point. And call them, go, hey, listen, I was calling about your house over on 5th Street. Is it still available? Oh, yeah. My job now is to earn their trust and get them talking. Now, most of these sellers are pretty beat up and they're tired and they just assume you're going to beat the crap out of them. Because let's face it, they got an issue with the property and they can't find the price to get their problem solved. This is where you, the wholesaler, comes in. What's your name, Jan? Hey, Jan, it's Rick. Make sure you make a clear introduction and you use their name. The name is key because it means you're listening to them. Because nobody else is listening to them. They're just listening to the property. Your job is to get to the story on why the property's not selling without insulting them. So one of the techniques me and Zach like to use, go, hey, Jan, I'm looking at the pictures online here. Has anything changed since you put these pictures online about 136 days ago? It's a twofold. Number one, I'm trying to tell them I'm looking at the pictures. I'm engaged. I know what you're selling. And number two, I'm kind of telling you nicely, you've had this thing on the market a super long time without going, you've had it on the market for 4 months. What do you think the problem is? At that point, they'll usually start to go, yeah, it's nothing's really changed. Although I moved my sister in it. If they moved their sister in it, I know nobody else can buy that property. And I want to get the story behind the symptom of the property. And most of these houses are vacant. And guys, I don't know about you, but unless you're super rich and you got houses all over the entire world, most people can't afford vacant homes very long. Remember, they started out with a dream to sell it for top dollar FSBO, and now they just need to get rid of it. It doesn't mean they're going to give it away, but often I get sometimes 40, 50% discounts. If you don't believe me, go back to me and Zach's live streams on Flip with Rick. He makes me call. We do it randomly. Everything's live. We can't cheat on it and duplicate our conversations because that's what we do. Then we get into it. We earn their trust. We get them talking. If you can get them talking about the problem, it might be a probate. It might be legal issues. It might be a bad renter. and say, interesting. Say, listen, what kind of offers have you gotten on the property? Some of them will share it with you. Some of them you got to pull it out. And then whatever they offer, I'm going to go in and make them a low offer. The only way you can make a low ball offer is make sure they trust you and you have them talking. Guys, keep in mind, they already know they're going to get beat up on the price. So these are actually really easy. I come in with a very low offer. I expect to get a no. So if they want 100,000, often I'll offer 40 or 50 grand and just see how they react to me. Once they react, don't be surprised if they take your offer, because some people actually have to get rid of these. Now, here's the cool part. You don't have to call 3,000 people. You just do this over and over. I just picked a random market to you just to show you can do it. Pick what market you want to do. Find where you think the traffic's going to be. Find where you think you're going to have success. And find markets where there's opportunity. Because guys, I'm telling you right now, there's never been an opportunity to call them FSBOs. All the gurus and stuff have left. Everybody's pushing PPL, PPC. Guys, there's no cost to this. And you don't have to do 3,000 dials. You can go in. You're going to have to comp the property. You can do it in Zillow if you want. You can do it inside XLeads. It doesn't matter. And just strike up a conversation. Get them smiling again because they're so sad what's going on with their property. And then once you earn that trust and once you've built rapport, go in, make your lowball offer and see where they come back on it. Now that puts you in a range and your job is just to close that range. Once you do that, you can put a contract together. You usually got to make a couple more phone calls to make sure they're locked in. You send them an e-sign through XLeads, and then basically you go to your cash buyers list and you sell a great deal because everybody gave up. The seller gave up. All the gurus gave up on this industry, and I'm just here to tell you this works. We are selling multiple deals every month, and me and Zach are only calling like under 50 people when we do this. Now, here's the two filters I like: 90 days plus, and if they have 2 price reductions, I know I can get out of the park. And if you find ugly in the picture, or the picture's so bad where they're just showing like half the refrigerator, you know what I'm talking about? Nobody else is going to buy that house, and they know it. This also opens the door for you more experienced investors to do creative financing. Guys, why are you paying for PPL leads, PPC, when you can let the internet do the work for you? Guys, I've walked you through a 6-step process on how you can do wholesale deals with Zillow FSBOs. If you don't believe me, do me a favor, go over to Flip with Rick. I want you to watch our live streams where we do cold calling live on FSBOs. And we do a spinner wheel, nothing set up. There's no teleprompters. There's no pre-set up deals. And half the time we get screamed at and yelled at. That's fine. Don't put your emotions in it. Find the people who want to work with you. Remember, these people get beat up by the market. You're going to come in as their savior, as a wholesaler. Go ahead and do this, guys. I promise you, you will be happy. So guys, listen, if you got value from this video, do me a favor, make sure you smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, and share this video with someone who wants to learn the truth about wholesaling. Go out and get your FSBO deals, guys. They work in wholesaling. This is Rick, and I'll see you in the next video. Later.